got a failed second entry short about to form, but just way too sideways. So honestly, if there's a bullish bar after this failed second entry long, actually. So here we see a failed second entry long if the bar breaks below. So first entry long, second entry long failure. Could be tempting to go long, but in an overall scheme of things, we're still looking to sell because we're expecting to go to the bottom side of this range. So I mean, we'll see how this next bar forms. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Greg. All right, we got some faces in here. I was lonely. We had no viewers for a while. So if we do work back to the EMA and have a second entry short, I probably will look to fade this range, but we still have a lot of things to happen before we get there. So just gotta wait it out, but just all sideways. You're right. All right, we got 4 viewers now. That's not bad. But yeah, these FOMC days are tough because if you do want to force trades, it's so easy to get chopped up, and it's it's really not worth it to do so. Okay, so we have a first entry short. If we get another leg up and a bearish bar at the top of this mini congestion, I'll probably look to fade the breakout. Yeah, it's so slow right now just because there's a news announcement at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern time, FOMC. So on these days, they're just always slow, choppy movement, but a potential short entry could be appearing. Let's see. It is closing in the middle of this range, but I do like this out of overall context. If this bar finishes bearish. Nah. Too much indecision in this market right now. Alright, we do have an interesting situation going on. We should be working down, but maybe we can extend this range like that. Second entry short potentially coming up, but we gotta respect this short-term leg. So if we get a break, maybe a high, a new high, and then a lower high, we could look to go short, but Nothing presentable at the moment. You guys trading at the moment? Let me know in the comments if anyone's trading right now. I am from California. What about you, Greg? From California. I'm in Northern California right now. Yeah, that's how it is. It's super dark out. That's why I have this hood. I'm freezing. Took a took an ice cold shower first thing when I wake up every day. So it gets me wide awake, but makes me cold sitting at the trading desk. Switzerland, okay. I've heard good things about Switzerland. I gotta make a trip over there. I need to explore Europe a bit more. Yeah, so actually I don't do marathons, but I do mid distance up to 10Ks. So I was the last race I had was in Australia. It was the World Cross Country Championship, which was incredible. And that was in Bathurst, Australia, going against all the world champions, world record holders, a bunch of national record holders. It was the top 6 athletes from the respective countries. But now outdoor track season is coming, so I'm gonna focus on the 1500 meters and the 3000 meter steeplechase. Those are my main events. I like shorter ones compared to the the 10Ks. If we do get a lower high here, it could be tempting, just depending on the setup where it closes. But man, hopefully we get out of this congestion in the middle of the range. Because it's clear right now, we're just literally bouncing at this midline. So in my videos, I like to talk about my mindset and what I'm thinking. So right now, I mean, all these bars have a certain meaning behind them, and altogether they tell a certain story. But right now, it's obvious the sellers and buyers are just battling. There's no clear direction. There's probably a bit of a downward bias, just because if we are in a overall bigger trading range, we should be working our way down. I did not reload mine, but I did. I had to restart my computer a few minutes ago, so I probably reloaded it right around market open. How long have you been trading, Greg? Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I personally have only been trading price action. I survival mode. Yeah, survival mode is an interesting spot always. Are you using Apex? Nice, nice. What size account are you using? And how many contracts? Nice. Yeah, once you switch to a PA account, it's always a different ball game because trades you took on an eval account, your your psyche might tell you otherwise on a PA account, but that's why it's always a mental game, just sticking to your rules and not forcing anything that doesn't meet the rules. But I'm sure you will get there. It's just a lot of practice, a lot of dedication, a lot of struggles. Yeah, pressure is always on. That's the good and bad thing about trading. If you're not on your game, you're gonna get messed up. If you are, you're gonna get rewarded. Okay, we might be just trying to reach this high, so the high of this leg, but even with that said, we have another strong leg forming. So here's technically a lower high, but because of this leg going up, I really don't want to take that. Could just be trapping some shorts, and we could form a second entry long. But we will see what happens. You could count this as a new high all in one bar, but it is pretty risky if you want to go short right here. I'd rather wait for a break, clear new high, and a lower high or a failed second entry long to go short. But let's see if this lower high works or if people get trapped. And it looks like we're still working up. Might be an interesting spot to actually go long. So we have a first entry long, second entry long, as well as kind of a hidden failed second entry short, first entry short, second entry short, failure. The only risky thing is you're going into these highs. You do have potential wide term trend there, but nah, I don't know. Should really be thinking to go short at the top of this range. We have had a couple higher lows. Let's see how this next bar forms, but it's really risky to take any long or short at the moment. But honestly, I think if this bar actually forms bearish, then it's a better entry to go short, because all the people who took a long following this bullish signal bar are gonna get trapped. So we have a new high, first entry long, second entry long, failure potentially. And there's this bearish signal bar forming. But we'll see. Trading ranges are always tricky. But the most important thing is to not go long into the highs of the range and not go short into the lows of the range. If you just follow those rules, then you're going to you're gonna be good most of the time. But there's just two conflicting patterns, because we have this leg up, we need a clear new high. What's going on, Bill? What's going on? How's it going? Yeah, first official live stream. Let's see. These bars are so stacked. Yeah, usually 3 tests, but no set rule. Really, if I just see congestion or what looks like a clear trading range, it doesn't necessarily have to be a triple test, but usually 3 tests at a certain level, and you can be confident that a range is there. But it's really a case-by-case basis, and it just takes a lot of live chart reading and just watching the price action over and over and over again to really tell what is a range. But like, for example, in this overall wide range I have drawn, there's only one real confirmation on the bottom side, but because prices just look like they're in a trading range, I'd rather have something like that drawn than getting rid of that and drawing a wide term uptrend and thinking that, okay, we're really just an uptrend, but I really don't think that's valid. To me, it more looks like we're just going from the top side to the bottom to the top and working our way back down low. But a lot of times, the toughest part of trading ranges are just the situation we actually have right now, where there's just a bunch of bars stacked at the top of the range or the bottom of the range. Yeah, exactly. Really until 2 Eastern time, 11 Pacific, there might not be any worthwhile trades to take. But okay, we've reached an official new high of this short-term uptrend, and we've matched the high of this uptrend now. So now all the longs, they really have no more room left. So could be a short opportunity coming, but we'll see what happens. Thanks, Greg. Yeah, I'll probably be live depending on how this live stream goes, how the further ones do, but it's just in the mornings you could kind of tell by my voice. It's just usually I'm not talking. And it's still dark out, but but the sun is coming up soon. But yeah, I try to explain things how I really learned. Man, my voice is out. But yeah, a lot of the things I learned was from past trading originally. Watched a lot of Thomas Wade, but some of the rules that I stick to were just things that I picked up along the way, because even if you follow a certain style, you're still gonna have to have your own trading method, your own set of rules that you learn, because this is really just a game about trial and error. Because no matter how many books you read, how many videos you watch, you're not gonna really learn until you're in the market yourself. I appreciate that, Bill. Who else who else do you watch? We have a lower high here, but really just forming another sort of congestion at the top of this range. UK futures trader, yeah. I've seen some of his live streams. He's funny guy. Yeah, I've heard of Bye Bye Money. I haven't watched any of his videos though. V Wilson, yeah. I've seen his videos, but that was like, I don't know, several months ago. Does he? I know he stopped posting for a while, right? This is an interesting spot to go long. First entry long, second entry long. Let's see though. The UK futures trader. Oh, Thomas Wade's Discord. I didn't know he had a Discord. Do you have to pay for that? Oh, Thomas Wade trades live in there? Or is it just the Discord chat? Because I've always wondered. I know he has that the Wade Trading Academy, but what does he offer exactly? What's going on, Rin? Appreciate it, appreciate it. Yeah, I was a long time watcher of Pat's trading, watch Thomas Wade's videos, but I've recently just realized that I mean not recently, but everyone, even if you're following a certain style, you're gonna have your own, you're gonna have ultimately your own set of rules that you end up trading. And if you look back on your trades, they really sometimes can follow a certain set of rules that you thought, a certain set of rules that were were made up in your head or foreign to you. But even if you follow a certain technique, your own trades are always going to be different from other people's trades. Which seems pretty obvious, but a lot of people like to look back on charts and say, oh wow, I could have taken every single trade and scalped for 3 points. But in reality, yeah, if you look back on the trades at like a chart that Mac posted, okay, sure, you could have scalped for 2-3 points for every trade, but it doesn't mean that you're going to take those exact trades and be able to scalp for that many points. Yeah, exactly, D'Angelo. And that's why I've done a lot of back testing. And for me, my specific style, I like to scalp using a limit order, going for 5 ticks, and then also having a runner portion. So I used to trade with my own money, but I hopped into trading not following any of the rules. I started trading with my money right away, no sim trading, nothing, just from watching videos. And I was like, okay, this is easy. Obviously learned the hard way, but but yeah, everyone has their own style, and I really think everyone should do their own back testing and have an Excel sheet to track every trade they're doing, because I used to scout for 2 points for a long time, and then I realized, oh wait, if I just actually scout for less points, I would actually have a higher win rate. And psychologically, I like having a higher win rate, because even if you look at the numbers, and you could potentially have more profit if you had scalped for a 2.5, 3 point scalp every single time. It doesn't mean that going forward, if you have that target profit, you're going to take the same trades and you're going to have the same mindset and not get frustrated if you go from a 90% win rate to a 70% win rate. It's always interesting, but it's very individualized, and people have to realize that it's not about just following a certain method and thinking that you're going to be home free. If you then change that method a little bit and go for a larger scout portion, it's a lot more to it than that. Yeah, see, like for me, I used to be a 2 point guy, but even if I just had like one trade every couple trading days that didn't work for 2 points and worked for over 1 point, I would have been pissed, because in my head I would have thought like, man, I could have had a 100% win rate over the past X amount of days, instead of having this one loss that if I had a less of a target profit, I would have been successful. But that's just me. Like, Greg, have you done back testing and seen what your personal trades that you took would have worked out for? Like, I don't really track my trades anymore because it got very tedious, but I was tracking trades for many months, and I tracked how many points each of my trades would have worked for a scalp, how many how my runners would have worked for. So I tracked every trade if a runner would have gotten taken out after going to break even +1, going to break even +2, +3, and also like scalping for 1 all the way to like 5 points, going increment tick by tick. And I mean, the average scalp portion, just off the top of my head, I think, yeah, you could have scalped for like 4 to 5 points for every single trade, but the win rate goes down a lot. Yeah, okay, I was kind of the opposite. I started with 2 points and then did some back testing and realized, this was like early on in my trading, I realized, oh man, if I had scalped for 1 1 point over the last like 2 months, my win rate would have been like 95%. It was something crazy like that. But it's different once you once you actually scalp for 1 point, because once again your trades are going to be different. All right, we got some good dialogue going in here. We got 11 viewers. I was expecting like one viewer. I didn't know who would tune in. But okay. So basically, we have a sort of bullish imbalance. We're reaching the top side of this trading range, so we could either continue working down or up, but really, I'm expecting a break and a new high, and then we'll go from there. Unless we get a second entry long, then it would probably be wise to actually take a long trade. But we're just too far away from the EMA right now. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I just haven't live streamed at all because, I mean, it's another mental game in itself. Like every trade you might take on a live stream could be different from what you take when no one's watching. But if you've practiced your mental game and you have enough mental fortitude and you've controlled your emotional side of things, then it theoretically shouldn't affect you, but we'll see. Because this is like, it's like if you're racing, it's different when you're racing in front of a crowd versus by yourself. Same with any sport, any really like a presentation, for example. If you're practicing in your head, practicing by yourself, it might be different than when you get in front of 1,000 people. All right, the sun is finally starting to come out, but it's a gloomy day right now. I need a haircut. I'm in Northern California right now. How's it going, Douglas? Yeah, for taking only like around a 1 point scalp, you definitely have to have a very high win rate, but obviously just naturally the probability of having a higher win rate is gonna go up. But if you do have a runner portion, then it really changes the math. Yeah, if you can go 1-to-1, kudos to you and be profitable, but I know it's very, very tough to to really go 1-to-1 for every single trade. I would have a break and a new high of this short-term uptrend. So there could be a short setup incoming if we get a lower high, or we just break out and then have a nice bearish bar. Okay, so we've officially matched the high of the day. I've broke out. We'll see how this next bar forms. It is an aggressive trade, but if I were to go short, but we'll see. Yeah, so that's the bearish bar I was thinking might come, but this just moved too far up to even be thinking to go short. Could just be a strong uptrend incoming, but we'll see. But if we do get a lower high, I don't know. It's tempting. It's tempting. Mumu. Well, my name is Munir, but Mumu has just been my nickname since I was a little kid. So I guess it's just short for Munir. So here actually is an interesting spot. I'm probably not going to take it, but if you're just focusing on this leg up, we have a clear break and a new high. So we have a matching high. If this signal bar finishes very bearish, it could be worth taking, but no, that didn't finish right. Yeah, no, I think that's the most important thing of how I got better myself, is just even analyzing what I'm thinking about, because basically, I mean, I say this a lot, but every bar on this chart has meaning, and it's important to not just look at them as bars, but to look at them as basically an illustration of what is going on in real time over the entire world, everyone who's trading. So, I mean, look what just happened. Basically, if we're reading this like a language, we were going from the bottom side of the trading range to the bottom side of the potential trading range. We went to the middle. The buyers and sellers were confused of what was happening. They attempted to test the top side of the range again, trying to reach the highs of the day. There was some battling there, and ultimately the bulls won. So same thing here. We reached a point of where the sellers and buyers really don't know if they should push it higher or if they're able to push it higher. So we're just in a state of confusion, basically. But the bias now is up. So even focusing on a wider term uptrend like this isn't going to be as accurate as something like, okay, we have one leg up here, we had a break and a new high, and then we had another leg up and a break and a new high. Because once I see a bunch of bars stacked like this, I know that we had a clear break and new high, because stacked bars basically follow a test at a new extreme. Yeah, FOMC. So that's why it may not be worth it to even take trades until then, but if you do take a trade, it should be a perfect setup. And now that we have a clear leg down, it doesn't make sense to go long until we have a clear break and a new low of this short-term leg down as well. Oh, can you hear me now? I was too far from the mic. But what I was saying is that we have a clear leg down, so it doesn't make sense to even go long until we have a break and a new low of this mini leg as well. All right, and we do actually have a lower high here, but still risky above for the EMA. I know, it's so slow. It's such a slow market. I picked the wrong day to to live stream. But see, even if you had if you got rid of these, say you had a wide term uptrend right here, you would still for sure be thinking to go long. Like right here, we have a second entry long forming. First entry long, second entry long. As a beginner trader, you might look for any second entry long, but you have to respect this short-term leg down. So I'm really thinking, okay, how are we gonna trap the people going long right here? And that's when a failed second entry long appears. Because even these two very bullish signal bars, they really look like a sort of exhaustion move. Like the bars are so big that they're honestly not healthy in a strong uptrend. Oh, you can't hear me? I was just checking on my phone, watching my own stream. I think it must. Yeah, I think it's on your end. Okay, but notice we actually did have a second entry long, but it was above the EMA. First entry long, second entry long. So we haven't had the failure yet. Yeah, similar. Yeah, so we do, you can also see it that way. So like we have one clear leg up, two legs up. So an overall picture, it's sort of a second entry short, first entry short, second entry short. But that's given that we're in a downtrend. But yeah, either way, there's two clear legs up. But see, that's something that even if you watch a bunch of videos or learn for months on end, it's something that you're just gonna have to pick up by yourself and realize how to read it in real time. Now we have a clear break. No new low of the short-term leg down yet. But yeah, I don't want to speak too soon, but live streaming might be good. It forces me to to explain everything to a T. So maybe it'll force me from not taking any risky, any unnecessarily risky trades. I hope so. But even now, I'm not thinking to go short either because we're just so close to the low of this move. Because I think we still have an upward bias just because we didn't even reach the lows of the day. We just traded down to the middle of what was a potential trading range and then had another leg up. I mean, even here, this looks like, yeah, it looks like two legs there. So, I mean, on a day like today with the FOMC announcement coming, it makes sense that the market's just very slow and there's not very many setups. Yeah, yeah. So when there's no clear direction, it's better just to not take a trade. And yeah, talk it out, talk it out. It's always good to verbalize it. But I mean, let's see. There was so much price action yesterday compared to today. Yeah. Yeah, Douglas. This was if this bar right here, this one finished a little more bearish, I probably would have taken it, but because it just closed honestly pretty near its high, I didn't, but that looked like a pretty good short to take if your signal bar printed out nicely. Which setup are you talking about, Greg? What time was it? Was it this one right here? Failed second entry short. Yeah, 3:15 a.m. on my end. Yeah, this right here looks like a nice setup actually. But I've never taken a trade at that time of day. I mean, it is probably better just to wait for market open because there's not a lot of movement during that time anyways. Probably 10 times slower than even what we're having right now. So here we could have a higher low forming. No real wide term uptrend to think about. Like this uptrend looks like it had a break in a new high. We're still waiting to test the low of this short-term downtrend. This is a higher low. It looks like the bullish momentum might resume, but I'm gonna stay out of it. Just because I have a personal rule, I do try to respect these short-term downtrends. Although it looks like a range like this might just be forming. So if we have a break, clear new low, failed breakout, and then a higher low, then I might look to go long. But see, we didn't even get a trigger above this higher low. Yeah, and golfing as well. It's pretty risky. But man, I want to take some trades. Streams stream's not exciting without any trades. Okay, so now we had the clear break and a new low. Could be tempting to go long right here. I'm gonna get my limit order prepared just in case. It is a bit of a risky trade just because this Trading range isn't really technically valid yet, but it looks all right. Yep, yeah. It's Trust me, looking back, it's always better in the long run to respect these short-term legs. Yes, futures day trader. Your Bill was your name, right? I think so. Yeah. But now let's see. Maybe the trading range looks something like this, with the midline right at the highs of the previous range we had drawn. But it's really too early to tell. The setup honestly might be pretty good. Might take a risk. Nah. I guess it wasn't meant to be. Yeah, it's definitely safer to wait for higher low, but sometimes you won't get it. Okay, so now we have a triple test, triple bottom, but no no valid entries at the moment. So now I'm definitely gonna switch my gears to thinking short, because I mean it's clear we're at least trying to work our way down at the moment. So it probably was the best that this didn't even trigger, because technically you shouldn't be even trying to fade the breakout going long, because the overall, if we're in an overall trading range, it's better to look for shorts, because we are at the top of this. Hey DK trader, yeah, are you talking about this measured move, 2 legs up, or are you talking about something like that maybe? Yeah. So it makes sense that this trade actually might work out. Definitely, yeah, exactly. It's a maybe because I mean you could look at these arrows all day, but you don't want to just you don't want to base your trade off of that and only that. Honestly, it I actually like this as a long potentially, but overall I want to stick with going shorts. With going short, unless we have a higher low. Okay, so let's see if this works out. Honestly, I think this will be at least a scalp if you went long right here. But it's definitely kind of picking a low if you are going long there. Yeah, I've never used order flow, just basically only relied on the pure price action on the chart. Maybe I'll look into it. But how do you use the order flow exactly? Like why is it so much better than just the pure price action? Sorry, I had some technical difficulties right now, right there. I think we should be back on stream. Man, this market is so slow right now. Oh, that makes sense on order flow. Um, yeah, maybe I'll look into it. if we do have a trading range, it might be something like this. I'm gonna leave it drawn for now, but nothing for sure yet, nothing for certain. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, DK. Yeah, is it part of Ninja Trader or yeah, third party like Greg's asking? And also, I mean, do you have a set rule or just if it looks like there's a lot of orders going? Oh, oh, so it's not worth it? So we have a second entry long failure. First entry long, second entry long failure, but it's just so stacked and you're going short right at the low of the move. So it really doesn't make sense to go short. DK, so where did you, I mean, are those numbers just arbitrary numbers that you made up or just like from your experience? Or did you get that from somewhere? No, I know it's institutional numbers, but I'm saying like 35 contracts and 25 contracts. Are those just something that you picked based on your experience of what works and what doesn't? Twice per week. Okay, that makes sense why why it might not be worth it then. Yeah, yeah, I got you, I got you. But yeah, for the best of the best trades, 35 makes sense. Alright, looks like we're just slowly working down. We can't really push above the EMA. But you really can't go long, you really can't go short at the moment. Might just have to wait till after the FOMC announcement to do anything. Hopefully we can get a couple good setups before then, but I don't know. Very, very choppy. To hear she's doing well, Bill. I mean, I hope all is well. All right, peace. Have a good one. All right, let's make it. Let's make it the best room out there. Go spread the word. All right, appreciate it, and yeah, maybe I'll see you tomorrow. All right, Greg, it's a plan. I mean, we'll see. It might be better market conditions even later today. Maybe I'll start a new stream at 11 Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, but I don't know. Hopefully we can get some sort of second entry. Some convincing move in either direction. We had a first entry long, second entry long failure, but I mean, you're going short right into the lows. But it looks like we are slowly creeping our way down, at least to the midline of this overall range. Yeah, I mean, just depends how valuable the tool is. If it helps you become a better trader, then, I mean, I'm sure the value exceeds the cost, but if not, then then maybe not. But I mean, as long as things are going well, I wouldn't change it if the order flow helps. This market is crawling like a snail. Okay, I guess I guess it heard me. Now we're moving down. There we go. Win ratio is your drug. I like that. I mean, I don't know, just in this current market right now, especially today, it's just especially slow because of the FOMC day. Okay, so I mean, the next target is most likely, honestly, the lows of the day. I don't know if we can fit any sort of wide term trend. Maybe something like that. But even then, this like down looks like sort of an exhaustion move. Still probably gonna have to respect it. So still expecting a new low. So we're having a break of it. We get a second entry short. I'll take it. Just gotta wait and see what happens once again. All right, Greg. All right, Greg. Peace out. Thanks for all the back and forth. I'll probably be live tomorrow. Yeah, TT. It might be an overshoot, but I mean, it's too early to tell. I mean, even if you have you might have a trend like this, but there's no real confirmation on the top side. So if you're just focusing on this short-term leg, I mean, still kind of even looks like overshoot. But overall, if we're expecting to continue lower, a second entry short that looks good at the EMA, I'll still take that. So I'm hoping we can get a second entry short. I don't know if we will get one. Yeah. This failed second entry long DK. It's a risky trade for sure, just because the bars before it were stacked, and there was no real confirmation of a downtrend at that point. But nice. We're gonna trail it right here. I'll bring my stop up to 4,037, or maybe at the EMA. Order flow said 36 contracts. Man. Okay. Maybe I'll maybe I gotta look into the order flow. Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, even if it's once or twice a week, if it leads to a nice trade like that, I mean, I'd say it's worth it. How much do you pay for it? Oh, so 1,300 as a one-time payment. It's not like a monthly subscription. I mean, if you're gonna have something for a lifetime and you're gonna stay trading for many years, I think it's definitely worth it. Yeah, I'll look into it for sure. All right, we have a first entry short. We go back up to the EMA. Maybe we can get a second entry short, but we will see. $20 contracts, man. What is it? A $300,000 account then? All right, good luck. Good luck. 1050K accounts, nice. Well, if you ever get any more evals, man, you gotta use my discount code. I've never had anyone use my code as an affiliate. All right, here it looks like we're gonna have a second entry short potentially forming, but we're far away from the EMA. So even if we do have it, I don't know. I know I should promote it more. I haven't been using Apex for a long time, but I got my. I mean, if you look at the top here, my code's up there and it's in my description. But I don't know. I've never had anyone anyone use the link. Oh, but yeah, if you use it, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, I really don't see any convincing trend or trend channel. Hell yeah, manifest, baby. I'ma manifest the same thing. I mean, that's we can have a lot of conversations about manifestation and reality because you keep dreaming, you keep making your dreams come true. Um, you can definitely shape some things. Just depends how hard you work, how bad you want it. But man, that'd be insane. A couple thousand people watching me. But then again, some people might say, "Oh man, I'll get nervous, but in this game it's all about just just controlling your mentality. Oh yeah, exactly. What card did you get? Oh hell yeah. So you're going with the all electric, I see. But that's, man, that's amazing. Did you get the car from your day trading profits? That's sick. All right, we have a second entry short here. It's above the EMA. So second entry short failure honestly might be tempting. We'll see how this bar closes. But I really don't like taking failures that close at the high or low of the move. So if we have some space before the high of this bar, provided the bar printing right now does close bullish, then I'll take the trade. E-commerce, okay. Nice, nice. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to make money out there. Trading is not the only way, as some people might believe. But yeah, there's so much money out there to be made. You gotta just find a niche and get after it. Oh, we got one leg up, two legs up. Let's see if we can resume a downtrend or start working up. We'll see. Potential second entry short failure. I'm gonna get my limit order prepared. Man, every potential setup, the signal bar just finishes poor. Maybe we can get a lower high here. I mean, the short bias is attractive, but we just have, I mean, we have this leg, this leg working up. Even if we just focus on the most recent leg, I mean, it just depends how you look at it. If it can be 2 legs up and then we can continue working down, but we might just be trying to test the high of this move. And then we might continue working lower. So now there might be a trap of the trap. So we have a second entry short failure. If this bar finishes very bearish below the EMA, then that'll be a long trap. So it'll be a double trap because we have a first entry short, second entry short that failed. So that trapped any shorts. And then if this bar fails, or if this signal bar finishes bearish, then it'll be another trap of anyone who went long trying to trap people going short. So a lot of stuff has to happen for that to be the case. But okay, we've reached this high. We've reached the high of that move. So at this point, I'll prepare my limit order. Hopefully we finish bearish. And then we might resume the bearish bias. But the way that this market has been going so far today, yeah, we don't get a good signal bar. Okay, well now we might get a better signal bar, depending how this one closes. So let's see if we get a, yeah, it looks like we get a touch there. If this downtrend is valid. But yeah, if this signal bar finishes bearish, I'll take that short. It's worth the risk, I think. But even those slow days like today might be kind of frustrating. It definitely tests your skills. And every bar takes a while to print. Man, doji looking bar. I mean the setup looks really good. Signal bar, no good. If we do get a lower high below the EMA, then I'll take that trade as well, but I just wish that signal bar had finished more bearish. Okay, so we're working lower as expected. We just gotta wait for a lower high. Looks like we're just going sideways again. Could be another short opportunity. The bars are just so stacked. If you're counting from this low, first entry short, second entry short. We'll see. Man, we need a bearish bar. Okay. Potential setup, potential setup. Yeah, it looks pretty stacked, but I don't know. I might take the risk. All right, we're in. Less than 2 point risk. We are stacked, but it's that double failure in a way, double trap. Because if you count from this low, it's a first entry short, second entry short, failure, and then potential trap of that failure. Hopefully we can continue working lower. Couple more ticks. Okay, so we've made the scalp. I got a runner still. I don't know if it even makes sense to stick with the runner. I might just want to take it out based on how slow we've been moving, but my system is set in place to leave the runners. Hopefully we can push down. Okay, there we go. So it could just be sort of a range like this. What do you guys think? Should I take the runner out or let her run? Trader boy. I know it probably is going nowhere. But I mean, I don't know. You never know. Could be making our way down to the lows of the range. We'll see. Probably going nowhere though. I know. I need DK to tell me what's going on with the order flow right now. Yeah, I'll. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I probably should take it off, but for fun, I'll let it go and see what happens. Man, I should have taken it off. See if I can get a point. All right, got a point out of it. I think I'm gonna take a break right now, and I'll probably resume the stream at around the FOMC announcement. But I don't know, this market's going so slow. All right, guys. I'll probably be back later today. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one. Good luck in these markets. Thanks for your time. Thanks for tuning in. We gotta get this stream popping. All right, peace.